All right, welcome back. This is officially episode 12. Get our count corrected. Episode 12, which is roughly 3 months. 3 months, a full quarter. That's pretty incredible. I've probably spoke to you more in these past 3 months than I have in the past
2
10
years,
years or
three
something.
years.
I haven't been down in LA in a long,
I
well,
mean, maybe
except for
since COVID,
Thanksgiving.
because COVID we did weekly game nights.
Oh man, those COVID times. Uh, Man, so actually, it makes me think. So nowadays, like I am revisiting the the 2000s and the 2010s, like rewatching things and it's like right now I'm watching the Transformers series,
Which one, like the films or the?
the films, yeah, the
Oh,
films, and
I enjoy those.
I actually I like it a lot. I like it. It's people say it's bad and crap, but I'm like just watch the films, have a good time as summer
Yeah,
movies. And what it connects me to is the feeling
of
of
summer
those times
blockbuster. Oh yeah,
of like those years. I don't know how to explain it
I get it.
adequately, but if you lived in the 2000s or the 2010s, like that like things were the world was like it's pre-pandemic, obviously. But it just felt like things were attainable. Like things in life were reachable. If you worked hard, you saved money, you could probably afford a nice thing here or there. Versus now, it's like if you slip up, everything could fall apart. I think it's a different time, and it's more. I don't want to say that's peak humanity, because I always believe that we can always do better. And this leads me to what I observed, and I think this is the one sentiment that I saw on social media that I totally vibe with. I totally share the same line of thinking. United States didn't even realize it. I don't think anybody realized it, but the World Cup meant and is meaning more to me as an American this time around because it shows the world a side of us, of the everyday life of an American all over the country is something that can be celebrated and enjoyed, and the people, the everyday American, as all these people are coming to see our country, are just like wow, amazing, and they're finding joy in the simple things, and that's the key. That's the key. This is the simple things. It's not like they're going to some crazy places. They're enjoying just just the average typical American experience, like going to a barbecue restaurant, going to see the food, the grocery stores and things, the American
I've
way
seen
of
those.
life, and it's people from all over the world because of the World Cup, and it just shows
That's
that.
not just the U.S., but that's also Mexico and Canada.
Well, yeah, but we live in the U.S. And it's different because I think why it's so different is because we have this image, right? We have this image, we have this president, we have this political stuff going on, the war and all this in Iran, and then you just come to realize, wow. I mean, these Americans aren't so bad, right? It's actually they are open and welcoming, and I think that's so true in terms of if you look at just just the, I think when it comes down to it, I think this is if we can afford the basic necessities, and save up to buy a house, have enough money for food and some luxuries every so often, vacation. That's really it. That's all everybody's really striving for. It's just kind of a simple way of life. It's not too crazy. It's you work hard and you can attain this versus a society where it feels the rich is just extracting and exploiting the working class. So that's what makes me feel like hopeful. What makes me feel Like the America that I know, that I grew up with, is still around. People are still striving for that, no matter how hard it is, and the circumstances that we are are in. That grit, if it came down to it, is still there, and that's what I think the World Cup means more to our country in this time than I expected. I was not a fan. I didn't care. I'm like, soccer, okay, or football. I'm like, but it has somehow, like, the emotions, the people that rallied. I was like, okay, wow, this is actually goes beyond the sport, but it goes to show that sport can bring people together. So
That's true.
that's my early take of the World Cup.
So I take it you watched the U.S. game on Friday.
I was on the treadmill and I watched almost till the end. I think I stopped about like 15 minutes before it was over. But yeah, I watched like an hour of it.
Our president asked us to put it on the office TVs, so
But yeah, I mean, it's like
the people got to watch it. But
yeah,
we had to keep it silent, of course.
yeah, you gotta root for Team USA. I mean,
Well, I'm not.
I mean, I do. I don't know. I mean, I root for Korea and
I'm
Team USA.
I'm rooting for France #1, and then maybe Japan, but
I
definitely
don't know
France
why you're rooting for France.
because they
That
have
soon.
Mbappe. He's my favorite player when I first really got into soccer 4 years ago.
That's your favorite player? I would have not guessed. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a popular player. He's a good player, but why would what? How did how? I mean, how did he? I don't get it.
Because I spent last time the World Cup, it was on, I was in Hawaii with my in-law side of the family, and we were in the hotel. We had like the a bigger like we had a suite basically. So I was with my in-laws and like my wife's sister and her fiance. And we were just chilling in the morning. So the World Cup was on, so we put it on. It was France against I think Argentina actually. So the finals. So I got to see like Mbappe like play out his heart or like full display of skills, and like I was really impressed with his style and play, and made me a fan of his from that.
Okay, so the person that I would say I have to look up his name is the guy they call the ugly soccer player, but is a beast. Um, dang it, I saw what's his name, Henry.
Henry Kane or Harry
Um,
Kane? No, that's
no, it's
England.
not that. It's like, oh my gosh, he did like Chinese commercials. Is he on
Swedish,
no,
Norwegian.
Norway soccer team, I believe.
I
Um,
might have seen his a social media post about him trying to make some Chinese content.
yeah. It's that guy.
Hausländer or something. Hollander.
Yeah, yeah, Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland.
Yep. I seen
I
him
mean,
once.
he's just a beast. He's just a beast. If I have to say, if I have a fan of anybody, it would be him. It would be him. He is just a beast.
Well, I
And
enjoyed watching French national team play, and I've been sticking with them since because of that Hawaii memory that I have with my in-laws. So that was what made me follow him.
I see. I mean, but it's no, then it's a beautiful. Here's the thing that's underappreciated about soccer. It's actually a very beautiful game. It's very artistic, and it's hard to tell from your casual person. And even for me, I'm casual, but at least I can understand some of the strategy and tactics. Like it's so the IQ level is extremely high. Like you have to play in a certain way to create openings, and that's what makes it so hard. Is first of all, you're using your feet, all right? So you have less control. You have
I
less
tried dribbling
control.
a soccer ball when I was in PE in high school. I could not do it.
So you have less control. Granted, these are professional players, so they practice it, so they're much better. But you have less control. Um, and finding openings is tough. And once you get that opening, you also have a goalie. So there's multiple layers to it, and that's why it's always low scoring. So when people do score, it's like the excitement just pops off. The hype just goes all over the place. And
That's why Mbappe is so fun to watch. He's actually almost breaking the world record for the World Cup scores or goals in a World Cup.
well,
Messi has it, but like
I,
Messi is also 38 and Mbappe is only 28, so he's in
yeah.
his prime.
So there's a lot of art for it's very artistic in the sense like strategically you have to be in the right position. You also have to match up one on one, knowing what your matchups are, out of position, being in position, off sides, and all that stuff. And it's like, and this is ongoing. You play nonstop. Well, technically not nonstop, but the game's going. You're in different sides of the fields, obviously, and you're not running the entire time, but the game's going. Like, there's no like, you're gonna stop every, like American football where you stop every play and you get a breather. It's you just keep going. So
Like rugby too.
yeah, it's so I appreciate the sport and the technicality behind it, the artistic nature of it that oftentimes is underappreciated because unless you know what you're watching, it's really hard. You're just hoping, like, you're just watching them kick a ball back and forth, and you're like, why are they passing it back and forth? Why are they going backwards, not forwards and things? Because they're trying to set up openings, and that's the hardest part, is setting up those openings. So whatever happens, I'm gonna enjoy the World Cup for what it is, and I hope the positivity, the good nature spirit, the human nature, the brotherhood, the whatever it is, the humanity that all the good in humanities that's coming out that I'm seeing around all these fans, and it's just incredible, just incredible. So I hope it continues post World Cup, and that we always remember, like, we're on this planet, we're just one, really, just like we're all the same species. We're all just people at the end of the day, and we should strive to do better together as a group of human beings. So that's my early take, but we'll see how the World Cup continues.
Yep. I mean, how long is it supposed to last? In like another month and a half?
I think another month into July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Well, I'm not hoping. I know it won't happen, but like for these stadiums in America that are hosting these, the football stadiums, NFL stadiums. Right now they switched to real grass fields, which it's really cool to see. Especially the Lumen Field in Seattle. I heard Paul Allen, when he was the owner of the Seahawks, he created that field with hopes of hosting a World Cup game.
Oh,
So
really?
when you watch the Lumen Field games, it's specifically designed to host a pitch, the size and everything, in the
I
games.
didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. Well, you know what? The next Team USA game is here at Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be extremely hyped up here in the Bay Area.
I wonder if that's going to cause traffic for y'all.
Not really. It's
More
just
foot traffic and everything
a
around the area.
different section of. It's located. That's the thing about Santa Clara, the Levi's, San Francisco Bay Area Stadium, is that it's kind of out there in terms of it's centrally located if you were driving because it's like right in the middle of the South Bay, but it's also not like right in the middle of the city or something. So it's one of those things where if it does get congested, it actually just it doesn't disrupt the day to day. Interestingly enough,
Which is a good and bad thing.
yeah, I mean it can be bad because that also means it's tough getting out.
Yeah. But it also
'cause
means, like, if it's good, it's also because there's not too much things going on around the stadium.
yeah, it's not like it's not like just right smack dab in the middle of stuff, which is
Yeah.
it is fine. It's where it needs to be. All right, so we're jumping back into our normal schedule of programming for this week. So, did you take your tests, your MRI?
No, that's next week. This
That's
coming,
next week.
yeah, in a couple days.
Okay.
Hopefully, I get it covered by insurance. Because last week, or a week and a half ago, I got a call from the doctor's office. Basically, they're saying like insurance is denying it, so they're trying to write back to the insurance to get it covered. Because the insurance wants me to do a PT or wants me to go through PT first. But then I'm like, my PTs, I should give them more information from the scan or imaging before I can actually do PT.
Yeah,
So hopefully they can get that battle
it's
fought for me.
I mean, what do you have? You have like a PPO. You select
Yeah,
your own
PPO.
doctor. Oh, yeah, it should be a little bit easier. I mean, there's always these levels that they have to go through, and that's the annoying thing about like your doctor needs to authorize a specialist, and then your specialist says you got to go through this, and if this
Thankfully,
doesn't
with
work,
PPO, I don't have to get an
it's
authorization for specialists.
well, I mean, well, it depends.
That's HMO where you do need to. PPOs you don't
No,
have
no,
to.
no, no. HMOs are all covered as long as it's like Kaiser. You go to Kaiser, you see all the doctors there. They
I
have all
mean,
the
like,
specialists.
you can't just go directly to a specialist if you're on HMO. For PPO, you can.
No, 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 that's wrong. So HMO, they like Kaiser, for example, they have their own specialists, so you can always go and see them. Without having, you just have to go within Kaiser. Like if you wanted to see blah blah blah, but as long as they're in Kaiser, you're fine. You're covered. PPO, you have to go to your practitioner, your chosen doctor first.
No, I don't.
And then your chosen doctor, your practitioner, your normal practitioner, is supposed to write a doctor's note before you see, even if it's in network, that you go see a specialist. You can't just go and pop into, and I'm talking about a specialist.
Yeah,
Like
I can with a PPO plan.
no, I mean you think you can, but that's
I've
not the
done it.
process. You can. I'm not saying you can't. You can always go see whoever you want.
Yeah.
What makes the difference is, and this is why you initially got declined, because that's usually not the process. So when they see that you go see a specialist, they automatically would decline it.
No, they just wanted me to go through the process of getting a go through PT first, and then after PT,
And
still not good,
who told you to go do PT,
the specialist.
which is your first level practitioner?
No, I went beyond my practitioner.
Okay, so that is probably why you're getting
No,
denied
the
insurance.
person on the phone straight up told me they want the process is MRIs usually want you to insurance companies usually want you to go through PT first before
I mean,
authorizing
yeah,
MRI.
whatever it is, that specialist, that's your specialist. Your MRI is your specialist care, and that's going to be denied.
Wait, no, the
You
orthopedic
generally-
surgeon was my specialist.
Okay,
That's how they told me on the phone.
so all right, whatever it is, there's a process to PPO plans,
I know.
and when you go outside of that process, insurance will automatically find whatever reason it is to deny you payment, and then you got to fight it. That's generally how it works. That's how they prevent people from abusing insurance claims. Because if you just popped in and just said, I want to do this, and then the insurance is like, what the heck? They're like, you just want to do it? Because then it becomes elective. And then their elective services, they can be like, you don't have to do this. You just chose to. So we're going to deny you coverage. So you have to be, I mean, it's tedious in a way, where you have to go through doctor authorizations.
It's already authorized by my specialist.
So that's the problem. Is generally your practitioner would then authorize you to see the specialist.
That's in an HMO that's when I've
No,
had
no,
it
no,
before
no.
on an HMO plans.
That's not how. Well, regardless, like HMO is all covered. You don't have to worry about it. Like you can
Because
see.
I didn't do Kaiser HMO. I did like Blue Shield HMO before.
Okay, that's different. That's not okay. Blue
That's where I needed to
Shield.
go see the doctor
No, no,
first
no,
to
no,
get an
no. That's not an
authorization for a
HMO.
specialist.
That's not HMO is like Kaiser, where you just go to one hospital, one network, one company. Not even a network. It's just one. It's the hospital and insurance carrier all in one. Blue Cross and Blue Shield is not because they're a network.
Well,
It's
they have
different.
HMO and PPO plans.
It's I mean sure, but I don't know who the HMO main provider in Southern California. I thought Kaiser is the only one that does California.
Kaiser
I don't.
has NorCal and SoCal divisions,
Yeah, so generally there's only
but
one
Blue Shield and
HMO.
Blue Cross, they both have their own HMO and PPO plans.
That's very strange because there's no Blue Shield hospital. There's no Blue
No,
Shield
but
like
there's groups of physicians that are under them that would be under the network.
that's probably why it's different. So I would say like it functions like a PPO. Um, yeah, because we don't even offer in Northern Cal. Like it's just you just go to one area.
Yeah. This is
Uh,
part of my industry I also work in.
yeah, no, it's I mean generally I think Blue Shield's probably not one of the best HMOs because they don't actually
Well,
own
yeah.
hospitals and
My
like
first job when I was on HMO plans, I had to go see my doctor first, and then if I wanted to see a specialist, he had to authorize that, which would take another 3 months before I actually see a specialist. PPO, I can skip that process, go directly to a specialist here.
yeah, you always can. You don't even need you can go see a specialist anytime. It's about the coverage and if
Well,
they'll
on the
pay for
HMO,
it.
I couldn't do that. They said I have to see my primary doctor first before I have to get it
I mean
authorized.
you can. You just pay out of pocket. No
Well, I
one
mean,
can
out
deny
of
you.
pocket, sure.
You pay out of network out of pocket. You just pay. So if you're gonna want if you want them to cover,
That's pay
then
to
you
win.
you got to go through their process. I mean, insurance is complex in America, and it's
Not
one
the
of those.
greatest.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not the worst, not the greatest, but it's one of those where and this is the thing. There's money to be made out of people that are not well. There's money to be made out of selling drugs, out of care, right? So generally, and this is why I tell you to go, even if it's out of pocket, you go see your own. Um, just like I would go and see my osteopathic
UDL.
doctor. Uh, no, DO is the designation, like MD, DO.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Just make sure it's an MD, like a real doctor. So the DO is what they call in their field. Their level of doctors is called DO. That's the abbreviation. But find a real doctor, go see them, even if it's out of pocket, because I rather pay for someone to help me get to the source of my problem versus someone that's just going to help me deal with symptoms. That's the main thing I want you to take away is, and this is why you gotta be very curious when you talk to your doctors and like, I don't want you to just treat my symptoms and tell me what the root cause is. What can I do to fix it? That's what the value, the real value. And if they care, if they're trying to provide you good care, they're gonna say this is what's wrong. So hopefully you get to that point where they tell you this is what's wrong and this is what you need to do to fix it. And with back and spine problems and things like that, it takes a long time. It's a commitment. So but first you got to know what's wrong, and then you can go from there. I mean, I could probably tell you like the typical, the level one, the entry level diagnostic is this. If they even tell you this, I would laugh because you don't even need to go see a doctor in this. Number one is like, oh, you have tight hamstrings. You can't bend over and touch your knees. Your hips are locked up. Tight hamstrings. Hips are locked up. And that puts pressure on your back. And then from there, that's the cause of your back problems. Like you don't even need to see a doctor. You can just you can test that by like, can you do a deep squat? Can you bend over and touch your toes without bending your knees? You could answer those questions yourself.
No, I can't touch my toes.
You can't touch your toes, right? You
No, but
can't.
it's not uncommon for long distance runners.
No, no, no. Don't classify yourself as a long distance runner. You should have the range of motion to touch your toes. So, because if you can't touch your toes, it means a few things. Your hamstrings are too tight. Your hamstrings are too tight means your hips are locked up. Because then you can't, if you can't extend your hamstrings, like they contract, right? When you stand up, your hamstrings just contract to keep you upright. If you can bend over, your hamstrings are getting flexed. They're stretched out so that you can bend over. If you can't, that means they're constantly in this contracted state. So just by knowing that, you know your hips are tight, you know your hamstrings are tight, and your ankles are probably bad at the same time. Because what happens is the biomechanics, the structure of all that means everything is like is broken. The biomechanics of your normal day-to-day functions, you're not going to be able to get there. You're like an old man. So I had to learn that. I couldn't touch my toes for the longest time. I had to work on it. And even though I can touch my toes without over. So this is the problem. So a lot of people think they could touch their toes, but what ends up happening is because they can't, like they have a certain range of motion. They can't touch their toes. They can't bend completely, like fold in half. Then they bend at the lower back, at the spine, to try to reach further. But in fact, the bend is not happening at their hips. The bend is happening at the lower back. So then that causes the strain that happens. So all this motion you can do. Like you don't need to see a doctor. They can just do a couple of movements and I could tell where your problem issues are. And then you just need to work on rebuilding your posterior chain. But here's the thing. How many people actually commit to doing that? Very few. Very few people stick to a regimen, and I think that's the hard part. Because number one, you either don't have the equipment, or you don't invest in time in doing it. Like you got to invest in time. As many years as it is that of sitting in an office chair, it also takes maybe like 10 times more years to fix and train or redevelop. And that's the sad reality that makes me sad every day. But that also is like my discipline kicks in and said, I just got to do this. I got to wake up, just get flexible, regain my mobility. And that's probably going to be the same for you. There's no like, I don't think there's going to be like something, I don't know what you hope they would find that you can't already tell or figure out on your own at this point. So what is your hope? What do you hope to learn?
Well, I'm hoping to learn about the muscle issue on my lower left from my injury 15 years ago and any lingering issues left from my nerve on my sciatic stuff.
And do it. Okay, so during these 10, 15 years, what have you done to strengthen your muscles?
Haven't had to do too much because they only started flaring like in the past few months for my lower back, and then my ankle or my numb foot here and there was just like more recent as well, past couple years. Other than that, for like the past 10 years, 15 years, it's been fine, hasn't been aggravated.
So I think this is probably what happens is probably for the past decade, because you haven't done real heavy exercise in the past 10, 15 years, right? You're not a physical guy. Until recently you started doing more running. And then I think the build up over the 10, 15 years is your body was probably at a state where it was your normal day-to-day was probably okay, because you didn't really test your range of motion. It's the typical human is not that active, right? They're not going to do any crazy things on your day-to-day life. But then as soon as you start running, that's when your body is probably telling you like, hey, I can't do this. I'm not ready to do this. It's too much. And this is probably why the flare ups are happening, because it's like the underlying issue has just always been there, but it hasn't affected your quality of life because you never asked your body to perform in such a way. So let's say these past few years you put this much stress on it. Now it's like, okay, can't do this. And you're only like 30s, early 30s. So you have a good chance to know everything that you possibly can, and then also know everything that you possibly can in treatment, and then fix it, commit to it, do it. That's the main part. I don't think that's going to be that hard to now, once you know what it is, you're just going to have to ask yourself, you're going to do it to get better. Now that's the big question you're going to have for yourself.
Well, it's gonna depend on what needs to be done, how much time in the day.
Hour, 2 hours. You can't put an hour, 2 hours into your body. I mean that's probably the commitment level. An hour to 2 hours.
An hour I can do.
Well, it's I mean
Weekdays,
have,
I can do an hour.
honestly, you should do it every day. If you
Weekends, I can do 2 hours.
Yeah, you should at least do an hour every day if you can, because the payoff is going to be like once you hit your 40s, 50s, 60s, you'll be thankful you invested and you continue to live a very active life. Because I don't want to be like this, man. You imagine, I'll be 80, you'll be 70. I outrun you and I'll outperform you like a 40-year-old. That you don't want that. I don't want that. You'll be
I
like
might
10.
be okay by that time.
No, that's fine, but you'll be like, you stand side by side and we compare, and you're like, you look like the older dude. I don't want that.
I don't know. By the time I'm 70, I'm like, I might just be okay with things the way they are.
then dude, don't have that mindset. Don't just be okay, man. Never be okay. Never be. Don't take the status quo and be happy with it, man. Strive.
I might be happy with my life where it is at that point where I don't
Man,
need to do more.
I swear, if you turn into this fat dude at that age and you have a belly or something, I would be like, dude, man, what happened?
I got happy with life.
You got content.
And happy.
I I don't know. So my bar for happiness, I guess, is, everybody has their own levels of happiness, right? My bar for happiness, one key tenet is being physically able. Physically able till I'm dead. I don't want to be like, if I'm gonna live till 80, I want to be able to live, and not live to 80 and just be like, oh, that's okay, and give up. That's not living. That's kind of my standard. If I get one life, I'm gonna live it to the fullest that I can physically, and then be able to live. If you're fine with being a fat ass in like your 50s,
I probably won't be fat, but I'll just be like a little above average or normal office worker. But
strive, man. Strive for elite. Strive.
I used to when I had the competitive fire in me,
You don't need a competitive fire.
and now I'm just living happily.
Man, this is where you just like, it's okay. It's fine. That's what defines elite people from the average person.
I didn't want to be elite anymore.
You don't have to be elite in comparison with anybody but yourself.
It drove a negative persona to those around me.
What are you talking about?
More toxic.
No, you just need to live well. This is taking care of your health. That's all it is. Take care of your health. Don't turn into a slob. Like, seriously, don't turn into a slob. Genetics is bad in our family. Don't let it happen to you. you're in your early 30s. You don't want to have a heart attack or a stroke, right? So you got to do those things that you can to prevent those things from happening.
Yeah,
You,
staying active for sure, but not needing to go extremely active.
okay, so when you put on and you say above average, what are you saying? You above average in fat level? What are you
Just
saying
weight
exactly?
overall, like maybe 10 pounds over is fine.
Dude, 10 pounds. What is 10 pounds for a guy your size and height could be? 10 pounds in fat can be very damaging.
I mean, 10 pounds is already what my weight right now. I'm saying like right now, this would be the weight I probably just stay put at.
Well, I hope so. And you don't get any bigger. I mean, if you weigh more than me, then you're in trouble, man. Especially at your height. So, I mean, that's that's like that would be a sad thing for me to see you 10 years younger than me, but health wise worse than me. So I don't let that happen. I mean, I'm telling you, like, don't let that happen. I don't think the people around you want that to happen. We don't want you to have a situation that you turn into father and turn into a version like him. I think we have the privilege of knowing things and having knowledge of things that we can live better. Absolutely live better. Just because we have the knowledge. And then all we need to do is combine that with action to live better. So hopefully, just like how I realized life when I was like 37, I was like, I gotta kick it in gear, and this was a self-realization. So I'm carving this path so that it's easier for you to comprehend or like show you, hey, there's a better way. There's a better way, and if you want to walk it, there's a better way that you
I
can
know,
walk
but
it.
you gotta spend 4 hours every day at the
Well, that's
gym.
different. I don't need you to spend 4 hours. Uh, but you need to be like, so.
I mean, it's not like I won't be active. I'll still do some resistance training, still run here and there, but it's not gonna be like I don't need to compete in races and stuff type of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's different. For me, it's not like 4 hours to me is 4 hours of training to be so I can continue to surf well into my 80s because that's my thing. But what I want you to realize is we have things going against us. High blood pressure, it runs, stroke runs in our family, and the combination of our mother's side and father's side just makes it like a ticking time bomb. And the second that we stop, and you've seen it from our mother's side, like the stroke that hit all the brothers, all our uncles in their age, whatever it is, either from stress, high blood pressure, and all this is like, don't want that to happen. Don't want that to happen. Just think about how a stroke. You've seen it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
It's pretty much caused the death of one of our aunts, disabled all our uncles in a way. Don't want that to happen. Um, and then that's from the mother's side, and then you look at the father's side. It's like this family history really sucks. I don't know why, but we're just like predisposed to all these things that can happen. That just really sucks. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind anytime that you think about health and the things you do for health. So I hope that do it for the people around you. Do it for your Yuki, your wife. Do it for the people, your friends, whatever it is.
Yeah,
You,
I'm the most active around here.
well, I mean that's I
Within
don't
my
know if
circle.
I don't know if I'm happy to hear that or sad to hear that. It's like how uh it's in one way I understand because not in order to have winners and losers, fat skinny people, you gotta have the yin and yang, the opposites, right? In a way, versus I just wish slowly society just moves towards a better place for everybody. Um, that everyone is just just taking care of themselves. Because yeah, healthcare here and the way that it's structured it's a profit driven industry.
Yep.
And
I can
because
tell you that.
it's profit driven, it's sometimes it's you're trading people's well being for profit, and it's not always true. I think doctors still are trying to do their best.
I think it's just insurance
But
that
the
really
way, yeah, costs are
corrupts things.
subsidized and how it's covered makes it very complicated when you mix people's well-being with money.
Yeah, I think
Um,
doctors generally do want to help. It's just the insurance carriers are the ones that are the one that's in the way.
yeah, it's a very complex industry. There are there are ways that it works, but it definitely favors if you have money. Um, and if you don't have money, you better darn well take care of your health. Otherwise, one life event will just bankrupt you, and then that's it. That's like that's the sad part of the society we participate in.
And some things are inevitable, unfortunately, when it does happen.
Yeah, those are those things like um, when you suffer a disability and you can no longer work, and when you can no longer work, it's like how do you afford to live, right?
Or certain
Um,
types of cancers.
yeah, it's one of those things. Okay, but switching gears. Uh, but I'm very curious on your back.
Yep, I'm very curious too.
Your
I'll be happy to finally get it done after like 15 years of not knowing anything.
Well, I think after this many years of ignoring the condition, just like I haven't properly taken care of it, it just makes the road to recovery that much longer and harder.
I mean,
That's
thankfully,
the
it's
only
not
thing.
deliberate. It's not painful to the point where I'm like every day it's a struggle type of thing.
Yeah, well, but when you do
When it
when
flares
it
up, it's
does,
just like
yeah.
a couple minutes.
I mean, that there's an underlying issue there. That's the thing, and it only gets worse, right? So hopefully you get the right somebody that can tell you legitimately like what's wrong, and not just some blanket statement, uh, and that they just glance over it like it's nothing. So that's my hope for you, and then hopefully from there we'll learn and have some takeaways.
Well,
Uh,
MRI is this coming week, and then the follow up is the next week
yeah,
for that
well
MRI.
we'll see what your experience. I've never done it. I've never gone through that thing, so I'm very curious
I've
how
done it
your
once before,
experience.
but it did not matter then because it was not where the symptom was. I mean, the issue was there. The root cause wasn't where they were scanning.
I don't know. I mean, you'll just
So
have
we'll
to
see.
you'll just have to see it once you go through that. All right, so summer. This summer is definitely kicking off. I think today or this weekend is like the official
Today's
start of
Father's
summer.
Day, and
Okay,
also the first day of summer. Yes.
yeah, first day of summer. I mean, um, but I'm looking forward. It's gonna be like the next 3 months or whatever, however long El Nino lasts. It's gonna be great surf all season long. So
That's gonna be my
I
least favorite season.
I'm psyched for it. I mean, what happens? There's nothing that happens
It
other
just
than
gets
it's
hot,
just hot, right? Well,
and I don't go out when it's hot.
you live in Southern California, so don't live in Southern California if you can't handle the heat.
It's not that I can't handle it. It's just annoying to be sweating.
I, I don't.
Cause like you wear clothes, you go out, and then like you're sweaty, and then your clothes start showing your sweat.
I
You
don't know
know,
how much you sweat. You must have the different genes. Like I don't. I don't sweat like you. I don't get it. I
I sweat
just
pretty easily.
that's probably the difference. Is well, genetically you turn red very easily.
Yep,
I guess you sweat very easily. I don't.
yep.
I
My pores are just open.
yeah. Yeah. I guess so. I like even.
My wife, on the other hand, complete opposite. So hard for her to sweat,
Yeah. I
and her face just
well.
stores all that heat, and her face just gets red from doing that.
Yeah. Doesn't quite happen to me. So that's the curious part of the genetic differences. Um, but how what else what else happened this past week?
I sold something for Lorcana, which is Disney's trading card game.
Okay, so when you showed me that, I was
So I
like,
bought this Lorcana set back at D23 in 2024 for like
well,
$99
no, back up.
at the
Like,
convention.
what made you want to sell it on eBay or whatever?
On eBay, yeah, because I have two sets of this. One I bought at the convention, and
Okay,
then another one my friend gifted me for my birthday
okay,
last year. And then I've just been holding on to it. I have an extra copy. I check in on the prices every so often on eBay. And then
yeah,
earlier this month or this year, like probably February or something, or even like a little earlier than that, it was like around $300 for this set.
yeah.
I'm like, it's only $300. I'll just keep holding. Maybe one day it'll keep going up.
Yeah.
And then I just randomly checked last week out of nowhere, and then I saw the price for like $800. I'm like, what the heck?
I
How
mean,
did
do you,
that happen? So I looked at it a little bit.
yeah,
Reddit says it's because of outside collectors popping into the scene now, like Pokemon card collectors.
I see.
Because the art for Lacana I really, really like. So that might be one reason why collectors are starting to pop in more now. But this is already like the 10th set of Lorcana. So it's not like it's infancy. It's like 3 years in.
Yeah, yeah.
But either way, I just posted it up like on Friday. Or Thursday, sorry, Thursday. And then Friday after work, I checked in again. So like full 24 hours, I get an offer for someone for the set. So I'm like, I wasn't expecting anything. I just took the first offer.
Really. So when I sell stuff on eBay, I just put them on auction.
I thought about
But
doing that, but auction prices could vary.
well, usually it's gonna go for market, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
You never have to worry about it not selling. It's gonna sell, and if it's too cheap, someone's gonna try to scoop it up. You're gonna get it for market. You never lose money, especially on popular collectible items.
Yeah. What sucked for me though was after I sold it, like I looked at the price that I get paid.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's a high transaction fee. What the heck, eBay?
So that's
It's
where
14%.
yeah, that's where you have to look. So this is the thing. People take eBay prices are what's market, but you always have to think like it's usually like 20-25%.
Another seller also or buyer also has to pay sales tax too.
No, well, yeah, the buyer has to pay tax on it. So, but that goes straight. That you don't get a cut of that.
Yeah.
That just goes straight to whatever it is, and then whatever the final value you get, you got to pay a percentage to eBay and things like that. So, like when, let's say for example, like a PS5 on eBay is 1,000. On Facebook, if you handle direct, it's probably like 800.
Yeah, exactly.
That's generally how it works. So when it's marketed on all these marketplaces, online marketplaces, it's just the platform fees add 10-20% on it depending on what platform.
Well, I checked around Facebook Marketplace too for the same set. People are still selling it at 800.
Yeah,
they're basing it off of eBay prices.
Yeah, but then when you go to actually sell it, the people will haggle you back down. And it's like, that's how capitalism works. So, it's great. You were able to sell. I thought you were starting to sell all your junk.
It's not junk.
So, everything we own is junk.
Okay.
When you think about it in the way that, what are you going to do when you die?
Sure.
So, it's like,
sure, when you're dead, it's junk.
It's exactly. So you treasure it now, but to 99% of the world out there is just junk. So I was like, you're starting to declutter, but no, it's just an extra copy. I mean, I laughed because I told you, like, Lorcana, yeah, it's great. I mean, you had the tendency to keep jumping into a bunch of random hobbies, and when you jumped into Lorcana, I was like, I don't, that was probably just like a hot moment.
I wanted to keep going more.
Okay, there's a difference between wanting
It was fun.
to actually doing. There's a difference. I mean, just like how I went all in on Magic for like 5 years, all in. And then once I realized, okay, no more, I sold all of it. And that's how
I mean,
I
that's
stopped
one less
accumulating.
form of entertainment for you then.
No, it's not one less form of entertainment because you move on to different things. You know, you grow, life happens, you discover new things that are more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because at different stages of your life, you're gonna find different interests that are more aligned and more rewarding. Like for example, right? Let's say when we were all kids. Oh, that action figure, that was like our peak. We
I
get
never
that
got to buy
toy
any action figures.
or whatever. The peak was that
I
toy,
just
that
played
game,
games.
right? That was our peak. And then now we look for different life experiences. We look for different things that are more rewarding than what we were when we were children. And as you go through different stages, teenager, 20s, 30s, different things are more rewarding. And then the problem is most people keep the relics of their past, those artifacts of those previous eras, and then they accumulate stuff. Um, so I'm very self-conscious in that part where I try to clear out junk like that. Especially when the memories are great, but nowadays with digital, like understand back then it was harder, but now with like digital cameras, your phone is a freaking camera. It's so much easier to categorize and catalog those memories than to just keep a bunch of crap around. Uh, but obviously, as you can see, your background's just full of Disney stuff.
Yeah, my collectibles from Disney over the years. The
So here's,
privilege of being down in SoCal.
I mean, I think like I don't know what probably like 3 out of every 10 person near Disneyland has a collection or something. It becomes to a point where the collection is no longer really a collection. It's just random assortment of Disney stuff.
Well, it's not so much as just buy random
Uh,
stuff. It's more like I buy something from every park I've been to, at least, like a pin. And then a lot of my medals. Then there's D23 stuff. And then dates I'll go on with my wife where we buy something. Or we also have like a tradition where we used to buy one like Disney ornament every year for the Christmas tree.
yeah, I mean, I was in that phase too, and then I stopped because I realized you can't keep up. You just can't keep up. If you subscribe, like I sat back and I was like, if I really stuck to this thing, I can't keep up. There's no way you can keep up. You go back and you look at your budget or your money and your spend. You're like, damn, I spent hella money at Disney.
I feel like people spend more than me. I'm pretty casual.
Well, yeah. There's always people who spend more than you and less than you.
Because I buy more, to me, meaningful items than just
That's
willy-nilly
the
buy
thing.
stuff.
That's manufactured emotions and memories. They're so good at it. I mean, I was a sucker for it,
I'm okay with it because they mean
and
something to me.
but that's what they want.
Like the
Uh,
photos.
yeah, I mean, I get it. Like that's the whole thing. That's the whole jive. That's the whole vibe of all of this. Like the whole catch is buy something because it reminds you of something, and then the cycle continues over and over and over. I mean, that's the whole point of having Disneyland. A place where you can step into the movies, that you can feel those emotions again. I mean, it's a powerful machine. I mean, that's why I love the company.
I go to Disneyland to people watch.
I love the company, and it's a great place to be. So,
That's my
uh,
favorite thing to do at Disneyland. People
yeah.
watch.
But at a certain point, it's like, man, I can't keep committing. I don't know whatever percentage of my money that I make every year to straight up to Disney. That's the only thing. Like, let's say, I think in the big grand scheme of things, of all the money you make every year, and then you're like, oh, 10% of that goes to Disney versus 10% of that going to other experiences you haven't experienced before.
Yeah, that's the fair
You know,
statement.
that's kind of how the realization that I came to. Like, I didn't the money, and here's the thing: when it was cheaper, it made sense. But now that it's so expensive, that no longer is worth it.
Well, you
It-
also live farther away, so you have to book hotel accommodations and everything.
yeah, I mean, but that I understand. But it's just so expensive. Like back then, the annual passes was like $800.
Yeah.
Now it's 2 grand. And then back then you could just drop in. Now you can't. You book
You can still,
reservations.
for the
And
most part, 90% of the time, drop in.
yeah, I'm sure all because if it's a weekday, you can just there's
Just
it's
grab a
easy to grab.
reservation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that changes the whole mindset. Like now it's planned versus I can just go there and hang out. And it's slightly different.
Yeah.
And and the whole vibe, like just the cost, the value is no longer there for your middle class person. Because I look at the freaking tickets, right? It's one park per day and no park hopping, right? No park hopping, just one park per day, and it's easily between $100 to $200.
They come out with occasional specials for SoCal residents where you can get a 3-day park hopper ticket for 180 for 180 per ticket. So there was a deal where it's altogether like 300, 400 for 3 days park hopper for SoCal residents. They come out with that pretty occasionally during the spring
Yeah, I mean,
and summer.
I've saw it. I've saw it for SoCal.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I just fly to Hawaii. Why the hell am I just going to Disney? I'll just fly to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I could go fly somewhere else. Do something more. Versus just going to a Disney park. Now, the only occasion that I think is worth it right now is going on like a plain old weekday where it's low capacity and you can really just chill. I miss those days. I miss those kind of like being in the park when I had my annual pass and just a normal weekday when it wasn't so busy. Even when it was busy, it was like a good crowd where it's like Disney fans, real Disney fans. But now as I've stopped being such a hardcore and I'm more of a casual, even the vibe is different. Like I miss seeing the pin traders. I miss seeing the people that go there a lot, that help create the park atmosphere. Like now the days that I go are like the peak days where you get the families that go. They're Disney fans, but they're not like the hardcore local Disney fans. There's a different population. And I don't that's the part that I miss. Like seeing those people like that dress up, that wear the pins, that do all that stuff, that go the extra mile. And Disney bound versus the families and the people making the once in a while trip. It's a different
Oh,
kind
I
of
know.
crowd. That's definitely something I miss. And again, that's why the 2000s and the 2010s were the best decades. The pre-pandemic times. I mean, you think about it, you trace back to it, it's like Disney didn't have to do this reservation system until the pandemic happened. And then they tweaked the whole thing, and then they tweaked the pricing. Now it's dynamic pricing. They tweaked all the annual pass. Now it's a magic key. It's changed so much.
I think they still call it annual pass in Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World's different. They still call it that. So I think Disney World probably retains some of that magic still.
It does, but to me, with Disneyland, I personally feel more magic with this park than any other park I've been in the world so far.
Well, it's the happiest place on earth. So I definitely say, yeah, it's definitely the happiest place. I haven't been to Disney World, but I can see how it's more magical because it's bigger. And the experiences are probably.
I think sometimes being bigger is to its con too as well.
Well, yeah, but you got to imagine there's 4 parks over
I know.
there. So it's like
I've
you
been through them.
experience,
Yeah.
yeah, the different kind of experiences versus Disneyland is the happy place where it all started.
Yeah.
Um,
Like even Tokyo Disneyland, I don't like as much as Disneyland here.
Well, yeah, I mean it's different. It's Tokyo
Well,
Disneyland.
it's just I think the bigger parks kind of lose that magic feeling to me, where you're kind of enclosed in a smaller space with everyone else, and like you feel the ambiance, the music's closer to you, or the background music's closer to you. So there's more magic to that for me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean it's the original. It's understandable. I mean it always will be um, Disneyland, the original in Anaheim. All right, so that's kind of this week, this past week. Um, man, I you know what I did this week that's definitely my negative. The one learning I had, I haven't ate fried chicken, and it is
Why is that
tearing up
negative?
tearing up my. So I've been eating so well, and I haven't really indulged. Like I'll have a burger every so often, but I ate like fried chicken, like straight up fried chicken, like as a meal, and I'm still suffering from that greasiness in my
Wow.
digestive system for like 2 days.
I don't know
Uh,
if I feel bad for you or good that your body's that well attuned. Because the joy of fried chicken, you know.
yeah, I get it. So I just I've I eat pretty not like I'm not strict. Like I'm not like I'm
Yeah.
eating broccoli chicken. I'm pretty loose. I'll eat things, but this is the first time where I really went and just all in like a
What you get for
fried
fried
chicken
chicken?
banchan, like Korean fried chicken
Oh.
greasiness, and that just like completely wrecked my digestive system. A bit too much. That's about it. That's kind of my reminder. Like can't overdo it. Just went overboard.
One time, it should be okay.
No, yeah, one time is okay, but it's just like I don't like the feeling. Don't like the feeling. I
Well,
could
I
I could
am
feel it.
trying a new, well, not really new, but I've used this brand before as a meal replacement for my work lunches going forward.
What were you talking about?
I saw
Meal
it at
replacement.
Costco the other day, and
Uh
I'm
huh.
familiar with the brand because I've used them before. They're called Huel. Um,
Oh, that stuff.
yeah. Except this one, instead, I used to use the powder before, like 4 years ago, back at my
Yeah.
old job, and I
Okay.
didn't like that one so much because like I gotta throw in water, use the powder, mix it up, and then here and there it's chunky and whatnot. But I still finished like a whole bag of it. Wasn't the greatest. Um, but that was like my lunch replacement back at that job. And then I just saw today or this weekend at Costco they have Huel like the ready to go drink meal replacement, which should be a lot smoother and easier to like intake. So I'm gonna try that for like a few months for my work lunch because it comes out because there's a deal I saw on Costco. It's $7 off original price for the Huel Black Protein or whatever it was called for $38. So it's down to $31 with a $7 like manufacturer discount. And on the website, if you buy directly with a subscription, it's $58 for the same thing. No subscription, it's like $78. I'm what the heck? But either way, I'm gonna try this thing out for like 3 months. I just bought like 5 packs of it.
Is this a drink or
It's a
is this?
drink.
Okay, so here's the thing.
It's a ready to go drink.
It's you're better eating.
Oh, I know, but this is my work lunch.
Yeah, just meal prep.
I I'd rather do this because it's cheaper. And meal preps, I just get bored of the food.
I mean, you think it's not cheaper? I tell you
It's
100% it's not cheaper.
no, the math comes out to be $2.70
It's still not cheaper. Like I
for
tell
all the
you,
nutrients you're getting in that.
yeah, it's BS nutrients. That's all it is. It's marketing. Like here, let me just tell you this. Just eat real food. Just eat real food. I mean, try it. You can try it, but at the end of the day, just eat real food, man.
I mean, I know real
Just
food is 100% better, but it's also like way more expensive.
no, it's not. No, it's not. If you measured it out, if you accurately measured it out, and I'll take the most basic thing. You go to Costco because you went to Costco to get this, right? Um, go to Costco and you measure it out, calorie or calorie. Let's say so. One of the things is like 40 grams of protein. That's probably chicken chicken at Costco is like $2 a pound, and then you
Two
could
dollars a
throw in
pound.
broccoli. You throw in broccoli, like you just get chicken thighs or chicken breasts, skinless, boneless chicken breasts, and broccoli. Throw in some rice. You eat real food, and you're gonna get more out of it if you did it protein calorie to cost. You're gonna get more. You're gonna feel more satisfied. But you can try it out. So
I've done it
here's
before,
yeah, you've done it before, but
but I'm trying a different variation of it this
it's
time.
not doing. So here's the thing, and why this is not gonna work. You try it. I'm just saying you try it. Unless you stick to something, remember it's what you can do consistently. That's the important thing. You got to do something consistently to have a result. If you just switching things back and forth, and that's why I'm not like I don't buy into diets and fads and crap like that. I just eat well, eat real food, and just try to stick it to that as best I can. And then give myself the grace of like 10-15% of a treat here and there or whatever. But um, I would never, how do I say, replace a meal with powder. Just eat real food. Just eat real food at the end of the day. You're gonna get more satisfaction and the feeling of fulfillment than
Well, it's just work lunch.
yeah.
It's not like my dinner or
Yeah, I
breakfast.
mean, I pack a cold lunch. I pack lunch from home to eat. I don't go out and buy stuff. I mean, I whatever I that's how committed I am to living well. And prepping, knowing the food that I eat, what's in it, and I mean, try it out. But I tell you, unless like these things, it's one of those things where
Because I usually buy food at lunch or office a lot every day.
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that's why I
So
don't.
this is gonna reduce that for me.
Even when I, even when our office gave us free lunch, I still pack my own lunch. It's just so I know exactly what I'm eating, and I have more control over it. Uh, Try it out, but I tell you, it's you're better off just eating real food.
Yeah, I know real food
Yeah.
is better for you, but this
Uh,
is gonna save me a lot more time.
I mean, that's the thing about time. Um, the convenience factor makes it like it's one of those things. It's like when people take vitamin pills and they pee it all out. It's like, oh, just eat the real thing. Just eat the real thing. Is eat a balanced diet. There's just just eat a well balanced diet, or not diet, but like eat a well balanced like range of foods throughout your day, and you'll be all right. Like don't these things just yeah, forget about it in the long run. I mean, you try it, but it's unless I don't even think like how do I say the way they market these things is it's mostly marketing. Um, there's no there's no easy easy fix to nutrition that these companies usually try to sell. Um, but yeah, I mean,
Astronaut food.
um, I wouldn't call it astronaut food. It's not to that extent. You're not going to space. You're not rehydrating stuff. But just eat real food. Just live a wholesome life. Eat real food. Do real things, and just live. Live. Don't take shortcuts. I don't think shortcuts in life is the way to go. If you want real results and you want the real experience, don't take shortcuts. Go through the hard work. Go through the experience, and and the and the results last longer versus some temper. It's like what is it? Those diet fads, those Atkins, those don't eat carbs, keto, and all this crap. Those are unsustainable things that people try, and they may seem like they work, but then at the end of the day, you end up regaining everything because you can't consistently stick to it. So that's the bigger picture you always try to keep in mind with any of these diet things. And then you ask yourself, do I really need this much protein if I'm not really like lifting hard?
I think you always need protein, regardless.
Yeah, but sometimes you eating too much protein where
I mean,
you
yeah,
can't.
don't eat like 150 grams of protein in a day if you're not working out.
I mean, it's not just that. It's like, I won't use extremes, but people, I think when they went the no carb thing and they just ate all meat, that was like so stupid. I think that's like the dumbest thing, because then what happens in reality is they just gave they're just giving themselves a reason or excuse to just indulge and eat too much meat. They're like, oh yeah, I don't eat carbs, but I'll eat like a steak and I'll eat hella meat I'll just eat hella meat during this time. And then they forget, like, how about your vegetables? Carbs aren't bad for you. They're not a bad thing. Your body functions on carbs. So, there's all these things. And then the keto stuff, that stuff is like, it's fine to do once in a while, but someone trying to live a keto life is like one of the dumbest thing, because you can't. I mean, you can fast. I think fasting is fine, but you're just gonna be like, I'm gonna fast for the rest of my life. I'm like, are you seriously? You're gonna fast for the rest of your life? Maybe if we were cavemen and we were forced to because our environment sucked, but there's no need to do that. Just adapt and eat appropriately for the world we live in. You'll be fine. No need to constrain yourself, because you can probably do it. I would say probably the average person can do it for 30 days. Stick to it, and then they fall off. Then they stop doing it. And then that's, they'll get a short-term benefit, but then you're looking for long-term results, not just a spike. Like, and the funny thing that always goes like this is people who go on these things, they lose 5 pounds. They're like, oh my God, it's working. I lost 5 pounds, dude. Your body weight can fluctuate day to day. 5 pounds. You go poop it all out, right? You don't drink water. You dehydrate yourself and you lose 5 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, you see those weigh-ins for UFC. People faint during those because they starve themselves of water and everything else.
Exactly. So and then immediately, like, I lost 5 pounds. It's like, oh, it's working. It's that false reinforcement in their head. And it's like taking shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts. You want everlasting results. There's no shortcuts. Unless, like, I think the example I have is when people do liposuction. They suck out all their fat, and then they still gain it back later on because they took a shortcut, and it lasts for a little while, but that's it. It didn't change the root behavior.
I think that only works for celebrities because they have other people in their life to control what they eat and whatnot.
I mean, if you have all the money in the world, right, you can change your environment and the people who are around you.
Yeah, but for like most people, getting liposuction and not changing anything lifestyle-wise or diet, whatever else, ain't gonna work.
Exactly. All right, so what else are you looking? Your MRI? Anything else upcoming?
Studying for my cybersecurity.
You
I'm finally back into it for the past week and a half, so finally resuming that. I paused it earlier this year.
Just so we'll end on that note. But here's my question about all these things: are any of your exams proctored?
Which one?
Any of these things?
Like my career certifications?
Yeah.
I go into a testing center for them.
Okay. All of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can do it either online and it's a live proctor, or do it at home. It's a live proctor. They watch you through your webcam, or I just go to a testing center.
Oh, that's pretty incredible. Who pays for all of it?
For the most part, my work has.
Oh, that's good. You gotta take advantage of that. Have work pay for as much as they can.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to, because this upcoming one is a $800 exam.
There you go.
And this is like the gold standard of cybersecurity certs. So.
Who thought you would end up doing the computer stuff?
I don't know. It just was easier for me to follow through that path than other stuff. And I also was just after college following the money because when I graduated with film, I'm like, I lived in like Orange County. I don't want to commute to Hollywood and be a PA and work for like $14 an hour.
Why not? I would have done that if that's what you love to do.
I wanted the money, so here I am.
What the hell? What the hell? Giving up on your passion that you studied for?
I mean, a lot of people, so many people don't work in what they studied in.
But if I got a job in the area I study in,
I think it only matters for science related items, though, like physics and all that stuff. I think it matters more for that.
well, yeah, but I mean, like, if I got a job to PA at a movie studio, I would do that. I would do that. But like that, you gotta. I mean, that's how the industry works. Like, you gotta work your way up. You gotta build the relationships.
Yeah, I'm also just not really good at networking.
God, oh my God. All right.
I mean, I was just breaking out of my shell back then. I was still introverted to it, pretty introverted,
Yeah. All right.
but still working my way out of moving down to SoCal and building my own thing.
Well, you are where you're at now, so just gotta keep on doing what you're doing. All right, that's a wrap for this Father's Day episode.
Have you texted Dad?
No, dude, I'm not gonna get into it, but it's like, you can do that.
I already did.
You can do that. You have that relationship. For me, I don't have that relationship, so I don't really care. At a certain point, you just have to let go of a previous life and just drop it. So you do all that. All right, I will go and I'll see you again next week, and you'll be able to share this experience of going through the tube. And
Yeah,
hopefully
again.
we'll get some good results.
Well, we'll see because I won't have a follow up until the following week where the specialist will talk to me about my results.
Of course, but at least you'll be able to be like, yeah, I'm just super curious what that experience is like. So I can't wait
Oh,
to
yeah.
finally,
You have to lay there
finally,
for like 10 minutes or something.
yeah, finally get some solid stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right then. Talk to you again next week.
Yep.